It's the News 12 Varsity Tri-State Outdoor Classic, and today we take off the roof as two of the top teams in the region. In Morristown Beard, we'll visit the Portledge Academy. Hi again, everybody. Alongside Dylan Butler, I'm Dan Savarino, and as you can tell by the frost coming off our mouths, it's about 20 degrees out, but boy, oh boy, are we excited. Second year in a row, Dylan, we take the hockey game outdoors, and we have two excellent opponents today.
Now, I'll tell you what, if it's anything like last year's game between Chaminade and Portledge, which went to a shootout, we should be in for a fun one. But without a doubt, look, when we looked at this matchup, it was two teams that perennial powerhouses. They play each other every year. Mo Beard right now number 10 in our tri-state top 20 rankings, and Portledge, a team that plays everybody in the region. They have some really, really special talent as well.
Okay, you talk about special talents. There are tons of them. One of them, a guy who was drafted in the OHL for Mo Beard, and that's Braden Patricia.
Yeah, look, when you're drafted to play high-level junior, you know that you're a special player, and that's what Patricia is, and he's still a young kid. He's only a junior, so he's got so much to go. Great potential, great set of hands, just a real talent. When you talk about the top players in the tri-state, it's a short list, and Braden Patricia's right there among those players.
And also, when you talk about some of the top players to come out of Long Island, most of them have either thought about coming here or did play here. Sonny Milano plays in the NHL, now right now in the AHL. A few other names you might know from the World Junior team, Jeremy Bracco, and the next guy that might be on that list is just a sophomore who's committed to Harvard.
Yeah, Marshall Warren, you know, when you talk about the next great player from Long Island, he is pretty much considered that guy. He's already committed to Harvard. He's a sophomore, a really great skating defenseman. You know, he won't put up the points that'll maybe wow you, but look beyond that, and the way that he handled himself both on the offensive side of the defending role and also, of course, defensively. He's become a much better defensive player this year.
A lot of talent on the ice, and we'll hopefully warm up a little bit by the second period. We'll be back with the News 12 Varsity Tri-State Outdoor Classic, and it's just moments away. We are live from the North Shore of Long Island. This is the News 12 Varsity Tri-State Outdoor Classic, and it's only here on News 12 Varsity. Hi again, everybody. Dan Savarino, Dylan Butler, Tom Schnars on a very, very cold Monday evening. About 21 degrees here at Puck Drop. Two excellent programs. The Portledge Academy, the Panthers at 2-6, coached by John Sandos. Morristown Beard, the Crimson, 9-3 overall out of New Jersey. Randy Velishek, the former NHLer. Portledge wears the all-white uniforms, tops and bottoms, with the blue stripe. Meanwhile, the Crimson, wearing the Crimson, with the black on top. Perino to our left in goal. Anthony Perino, an .894 save percentage. To our right, it's Anthony Del Tufio. We're underway. Thanks so much for joining us here on News 12 Varsity. Well, Dylan, a little bit colder than last year, but the wind has at least gone away, and that's, I guess, one nice thing. But when you play on this rink, it's going to be always a tough bounce, and again, that neutral zone is just so tiny.
Yeah, we spoke to Randy Velishek, the Mo Beard coach, of course, and he looked out in the rink and he said, this is great.
Here's Kurz. The wrist shot misses wide left. Kurz been playing on the top line, but anytime he has been on any line this season, really more of a grinding player, he has made that group better.
You know, in other games, Dan, when Mo Beard has come to Portledge, they've played at the not really indoor rink, you'd say, certainly, but in the other rink, a little bit smaller, the lighting not quite as good as it is here in the outdoor rink, and Randy Velishek really liked what he saw from this rink.
Can't really say there's an advantage for Portledge, maybe a little bit because they know the boards, but a lot of the guys to our right from Morristown Beard have been able to play outdoors at some point. Puck goes out of play, this will be an offsides actually, so the face-off will come back out to center ice. But Dylan, again, guys aren't used to playing in this kind of cold, this kind of temperature. We're not used to broadcasting in this kind of cold as well.
We saw another game, of course, last week where CBA and Don Bosco took their game outside. You know, I think for any hockey player to have this opportunity at least once in their high school career is really special. And, of course, Portledge, they get this chance at least once a year, which makes it even better.
And these two teams meet almost every year. Tartaglione in the slot. Tartaglione just missing on that shot attempt. It blocked off. Now the hitting picks up on the far side as it's Chabrier who ends up taking a dump to the ice, but an offsides, and will bring the face-off back out to the neutral zone.
Yeah, you mentioned Brandon Chabrier, and of course a year ago, an 8th grader seeing so much time in the blue line, and he and Marshall Warren really will be out there a lot tonight. We'll really see those two as two of the top defensemen right now for Portledge, and of course there is Ross Mitten as well up top. He's another guy to keep an eye out for.
Warren goes D to D over to Schwartz down the near side. Takes a couple of hops and they find Spence Evans. Believe it or not, 64 is just a freshman. He's got some good size though. Perino tries to ring it around the boards, kept in by Hutchinson along that far half wall. Now moved out to the near corner, pinching in David Kasabian. That's a down low. Here's Marshall, tries to move it ahead to Evans. Marshall will get to the puck first. Chipped out to the neutral zone once more. Hutchinson sends it back in. Flying along. Here's Marshall. This is what he does. The shot and the save by Del Tufo.
I mean, really, what an explosive first kind of step you would, or first skate that Warren has. I mean, once he hit that neutral zone, he just flew through and really, I think you said it perfectly, glided through and had that first decent scoring opportunity for the Panthers.
They played Albany Academy in their last game, one of the top teams in the New England area. And their coach was saying to John Sandos that Marshall Warren was probably the best skater on the ice for both teams.
Yeah, Sandos says, he's not afraid to say it, probably every game they play, Marshall Warren is one of the top 2 players on the ice. That includes the opposition.
Behind the cage, getting to a first is going to be Puskar, actually. Nice hustle play right along the boards. Now here is Puskar, just a sophomore, might have the most natural skill on this Crimson team. Puskar moves to the half wall, back to the point. Just corralled at the blue line. He'll be offside, he'll have to go back out. And it'll be a hand pass as well, so that will bring us another whistle. 11:23 to play here in an opening period. And it is still cold out here on the North Shore of Long Island.
You mentioned Puskar, and of course this is a kid, you mentioned his natural skill and raw talent. He grew 6 inches really from last year, has great hands and vision, and really does so many things well. He's a kid certainly to keep an eye out for the Crimson, not only this year but in the future as well.
Here's Stevens, he's a freshman, to Mitten. Mitten moves in, tries the backhand and couldn't get it to there. Top of the slot, the shot and the blocker save, and it pops up over the net as Warren was the one to release that with his lefty twig.
Early on, 3-0 shots in favor of the Panthers.
Mitten to center point, Schwartz the shot, stick save, and it's poked out towards the top of the slot. Portledge is buzzing here. Ross Mitten with the wrister, and that got stopped again by Del Tufo. Mitten's gonna play his hockey at Northeastern in just a couple of years for the junior, so him and Warren will be playing each other in the Beanpot. As again, Warren is the guy who is committed to go play at Harvard. A verbal commitment his sophomore year. Here's Mitten, tons of speed down the right wing. Tries a centering pass, goes off the skate of Layden, the freshman, for Mo Baird. Now Patricia. Patricia centers in front, tries to get to the stick of Will Benelli.
Really good end-to-end action right now. Not a lot of whistles, which if you're a player, certainly you love that, right? With this cold, just keep moving.
And the hitting is starting to pick up as well. You don't want to feel the cold? Well, get hit.
That's right.
To the near wall, Benelli kept in over here by Class and back down to Mo Baird Real Estate.
Dan, you should be careful what you wish for, though, about getting hit. Tom Schnarr is a very physical producer cameraman for us.
He's only an inch away from me. Trying to keep me warm up here. Michael Class moving along the boards, now back out to the very tiny neutral zone. And there will be another offsides call with 9:40 to play here in the first. And Dylan, again, that's one of the things. Sometimes you have to adjust to the rink. And there really is not much room here. The boards are also very interesting. And one thing that Randy Velishek said kind of reminds him a little bit maybe of the old Boston Garden back when he played in the late 80s.
Yeah, he as you said, he certainly should know. And here's an opportunity for the Crimson.
Carrat moving down the right side. Give and go back to Carrat, the backhander, and it deflects high as it hit the body of Goodman.
Yeah, Perino had to get that paddle up and didn't get a piece, but it was close.
Kasabian moves in. Now with the right dot. Still loose in the slot. Kasabian shot missing wide left. Savarese sent down deep by Kasabian. The junior will move it along. They try and get it back to the point, but it's turned over, and Max Willard moves it up ahead to Spence Evans.
Yeah, you can see the ebbs and flows of this game right now. Early on, it was all Portledge, and now the Crimson getting comfortable, right? Usually for a lot of these guys, second, third, fourth time on the ice and getting a little more comfortable with their surroundings.
I mean, while Evans and Savarese actually got tangled up, that's just a freshman against a senior. Some chirping over at the bench as well. That got deflected wide right. As Evans now back in his own end. Move it back behind the cage. Nice bump along and a good play by Kurz. You talk about a power forward, that is Jake Kurz. No icing here. Sliding down deep, it's Michael Stevens. Tries to stick check away. Ross Mitten back out there as well. Sent to the corner by Chabrier. Played a lot of minutes as an 8th grader, even more now as a freshman. Continuing to grow. 3-on-2 the other way if they hurry. Here's Savarese. The shot from the right point. Loose in front of the blue paint, and they poke it home. It's Savarese, but they're not going to call it a goal. I think it's going to be goalie interference.
Well, the net's certainly off the hinges, and it is indeed goaltender interference against the Crimson, so that wipes off that opportunity that Savarese had. And really, that odd man opportunity kind of happened because Chabrier was caught up ice, and the Crimson then had a 3-on-2 break, and it results now into Portledge having their first man advantage of this game.
So Kurz for goalie interference with 7:52 remaining. First time we'll see the power play out here for the Panthers, and it also wiped away a potential goal. Perino bangs it off the glass. That took a funny little hop.
I'll tell you what, that's one of the better aspects of his game. He's improved greatly handling the puck. He loves to get out there and kind of start the offense going.
He'll be playing baseball at Fordham just next season. Very good pitcher. Actually tossed a perfect game for the Portledge Academy last year.
Yeah, he had some opportunities to continue to be a goaltender, but of course, as you know, with goaltenders, you know, they want you to age out. They want you to play juniors, and then maybe after that you play some college, and that didn't really jive with what his family and he wanted.
The try from Warren. It was loose and then grabbed with the mitt by Del Tufo. Nice hard shot from center point, and the guys come together again. There's been some chirping, a little chippiness so far in this game you like to see.
Low, hard shot by Warren. Really good job. Forced Del Tufo to make that glove save. He bobbled it for a second and then picked it up again. Face off now to his right.
Savarese wins the draw for the Crimson. Played off the boards, back out, hustling down. Perino will try and get to it first as Puskar is there. Almost trips up Perino.
You know what? I think he took a slash as well. We're going to have another penalty. Perino took the slash high as well.
This will end up being a penalty, so we'll have 54 seconds of 5-on-3 action.
Yeah, Puskar in the box on the slash. So as you said, 54 seconds, 2-man advantage. So really big opportunity here for Portledge to score the game's first goal.
Mitten will take the draw from the left eye. Savarese tries to tie him up. They move it back to center point now over to Warren. Ross Mitten. Chabrier on the far half wall. Here's Mitten. Drives and misses wide left. He had Evans screening in front.
You can hear John Sandos, the Portledge coach, saying, Mitt, get it down there. They want to work the puck down low, below the circles.
He lets them have a lot of creativity out here on the man up. Feels it's good for their development. Marshall Warren moving it over to the near half wall. Here comes a try from Mitten, and that had a lot of velocity on it, but misses high and left. 10 seconds to go on this 2-man advantage. Moving it down low. Mitten to the near wall. 5 seconds on the 5-on-3. Chabrier back to center point. Here's Warren. Pump fakes, looking for the one-timer. Chabrier shoots low, pops out to the slot. Cleared all the way down. One man will come out of the box. Still a minute remaining. And now a shorthanded opportunity down low as Patricia was all over the Portledge defense. 45 seconds as Mitten gains the blue stripe. Far wing, cuts back to the slot, still controlling the biscuit. Moves down low with those long strides. Looking for the centering pass, couldn't get it there. Kept in down low by Moriello. He's got a couple of goals this season. Looking for a centering pass again. Chappelle with a nice stick check, being able to stop that before it hit the front. Now 20 seconds remaining on this man up. Evans, back to center point. Marshall Warren, the drive, and another blocker stop by Del Tufo.
You know what, too? Del Tufo could see that puck all the way through. Good hard shot to the pads, but no screen in front.
Rings off the boards, back out to the near wall. Evans will flag it down, and that's going to do it. So they killed off 54 seconds of a 5-on-3 and 2 penalty kills and big ones by the Crimson. Still in a scoreless game. Here's Ivic Davison. Isaac moving ahead, the wrister, and it couldn't get to Perino. It was blocked as it hit the body of Stevens. Deflection in front. Joe Cuomo getting a piece of that one before it hit Perino.
Portledge nearly got caught in a bad change earlier on where Davidson had some room to move, but the Panthers recovered nicely.
Here's Layden. Layden's wrist shot. Blocker stop, goes back out, and it'll be well out of play with 4:06 remaining here in the opening frame, and still a scoreless battle. Well, Dylan, again, with these two teams beating every single year, Mo Baird really hasn't won here in some time. Portledge is tend to have their number, at least on their home rink.
Yeah, even last year, too, Portledge pulled out I believe it was a 5-2 win out in Morristown.
Fannin on the first attempt. Perino makes the save on that Benelli shot. The captain with a good opportunity. Pinned up along the boards. The Crimson come away with the rubber. Carrat, the wraparound, and the net got dislodged, stopping the play.
A real good wraparound opportunity, and we saw this last year too, Dan, where I think it was even that exact net often getting knocked off its hinges. In fact, if I remember correctly, Dan, in that Chaminade game, which went to a shootout won by Chaminade, I think a goal even was called back.
Yeah,
with the net off.
It was. We also had some broken glass in that game. We saw a little bit of everything. It just didn't snow. That was the only difference. Face off from the left dot. Savarese is very good on the draw, and he wins another one. Kept down low. Here's Kurz moving around. Now Puskar with a tough angle shot, misses. And he'll be back out to the middle of the ice. Move back to D for Tommy Dempsey, another freshman. They got 2 freshmen, Dempsey and Layden, who have had really good starts to the season. Puskar, the snapshot, missing wide. Gets to the rubber first. They try and quick give and go. Doesn't stay. Layden will angle it to the far corner and play nicely as Kurz will get to the puck first. Kurz trying to fend off a defender. Gets some space. Now the shot, and it got blocked. Behind the cage. Here's Puskar. Savarese in the far corner. Tries to move it back out to Layden. He'll go back to their own zone. Chabrier can flag this down first, and he does. Gets it to a teammate. Cross-ice pass. Got deflected in front. Del Tufo touched it as he had Warren pinching in.
Dan, I think early on what we've seen is Portledge, and it's no surprise considering they have a talent like Warren on the blue line. They use the point a lot, and they set up their offense through the point. Mo Baird, and you've even heard that coaching staff to our right, implore their players to get the puck out to the point. They haven't done that a lot. Portledge has done it a lot more successfully.
Davison tries a no-look pass, kept back in, and a nice little play by Schwartz, keeping this opportunity alive for Evans. Willard looks at a backhand. Here's Mitten inside and couldn't put it home. Shot from the point, deflects wide right. Not a lot of space out there between the hitting, between the speed. And a whistle was blown, and Dylan, I'm not sure exactly what this was, maybe a penalty.
Find out now. It is a cross-checking minor against Griffin Hutchinson, so third penalty for the Crimson. Portledge unable yet to capitalize on the power play.
0 for 2 thus far, and again, almost a minute of 5-on-3 time. 2:17 to play here in the opening frame. Mitten against Buskar. Buskar will win the draw. Chabrier couldn't keep it in. Now here comes Gavin down the left wing. Buskar, the wrist shot right into the breadbasket of Perino. Chabrier bangs it off the boards, kept in by Savarese. Control now moved back to Matt Casella, another guy who has aspirations of D1 hockey and might be able to get to that point. Watch out, here comes Marshall Warren, but dispossessed of the puck. And Chabrier will take it back in his own end.
Yeah, Warren kind of looked down at his stick there, wondering kind of what went wrong there on that rush up ice. Mitten ducks out of a check.
Dumps it off to Mariello. Moves back to left point. Warren surveys the ice. Kicks it down low to Mitten. Mitten spins off a check. Moves to the slot, gets free, shoots, scores! Russ Mitten, it's a power play goal!
Well, you kind of wondered when the Panthers would capitalize on the opportunity, and Mitten does just that, his 7th goal of the year. And what they did so well there was get Spence Evans, that big body in front to create a little bit of a screen, and he was able to put that puck in the net.
It'll be Mitten on the power play, his team leading 7th of the season. Give the helpers to Warren and Chabrier.
Yeah, the 2 defensemen.
Mitten just spun off that check, had that space, and in traffic was able to bury a shot. Goal comes at 14:41. Class bangs it down to the far corner. Declan Conway couldn't get to the puck first, and now trailing the game, it's Kurz trying to go the other way. Here's Layden. Layden moving around with a stick, tries to center one in front, got stopped right onto the blade of Gooden. Pushed back out to the near side of the ice, flagged down by Chappelle, and he'll go and gain some more space behind his own net.
Nice open ice check up in the neutral zone by Dennis Layden a moment ago.
And he is just a freshman. So many young players on the ice, Dylan, but I mean, they do not play their age by any means. Chappelle gains the blue line now. Here's Sam Chappelle. Looks, top of the slot. Near side, couldn't get Karat for the one-timer. From the left dot, high shot, got deflected. Back out to center, 4 seconds, 3-2. And that's gonna end the first period. And what an exciting one thus far. It was a late goal by Ross Mitten on the power play that gives the Portledge Panthers a 1-0 lead over Morristown Beard.
Sorry, Dan, shots first period, 10-8 in favor of Mo Beard, but the one stat that matters the most, of course, is Portledge with the 1-0 lead after 1.
15 minutes in the books. We'll resurface the ice and be back in just a couple of moments. It's the News 12 Varsity Tri-State Outdoor Classic, and it's only on News 12 Varsity. Welcome back to News 12 Varsity. It's a News 12 Varsity Tri-State Outdoor Classic, 1-0 as we're just getting set to start this second period between Portledge School and Morristown Beard. Dylan, again, these two teams, they meet every year, but again, tons of talent on both sides. On one side, you have an NHL coach, a guy who actually played in the NHL for 10 years. And on the other side, a guy who's coached kids who might end up going to the NHL. One of them very, very close in Jeremy Bracco.
And of course, both of these coaches, a great deal of respect for each other. And you mentioned Bracco, just the latest name out of Portledge, and of course, just before him, Sonny Milano. And when you start saying a Marshall Warren has an opportunity like that, you know, that obviously says a lot about his ability, certainly, to maybe be that next guy. But look, both of these teams know a lot about high-level talent, and of course, for the Crimson, it's funny, right? You look at their record; they're 9-3, and when we spoke to Randy Velicek leading up to this game, talked about not reaching potential and not playing to their best. And I don't know why it's such a struggle, but then you look at their games, some of their wins, and of course their opponents. They play everybody. Del Barton, Bosco, CBA. They're all on Mo Baird's schedule.
Perino to our right, to our left, El Tufo in goal as Mitten gets taken down on this fresh ice surface. Play still loose. In front, they get it over to Warren. Warren fans on the shot, goes right underneath the twig, but he's lucky and gets back in position before a near break for Jake Kurz.
You mentioned lucky, and I know what you're saying there, but I wonder if that's more skill, to be honest, right? His recovery is so much better this year than it was a year ago.
And he's put on some size. I was telling him that when I had a conversation with him earlier on when we first got here. He told me him and Bracco actually talk. He knows Milano. He knows guys like Charlie McAvoy, and it helps. He wants to follow in their footsteps. And all these guys really do, especially on Long Island. All these Portledge kids especially. Mitten being one of them. 2-on-2 the other way. Feeds for the trailer, and that was Max Willard moving in. Kind of got hooked along the way, but maybe a better defensive play by Patricia. Patricia, 26, was drafted in the OHL draft, so he is a prospect of the Kitchener Rangers up in the OHL.
It all comes back to Jeremy Bracco, right? Bracco currently playing for the Kitchener Rangers.
Gaining the blue line, it's Evans. Turns it over. 3-on-3 the other way, down the far wing. Here's Davison with the snapshot. Couldn't get it towards the net. Perino with the stop. The wraparound trying to put it home was Davison on that little spin attempt. Skied into the air. Flagged down right at the red line by Dempsey. Moves it back to his other freshman defensive partner in Layden. They'll play catch and gain some space. Here comes a forecheck. Moriello was putting some pressure on there and got the puck back. That was Stevens who was able to get it. On a near side, Taglioni, and a whistle will blow. And let's see if this is an offside or it will be a penalty. I think it's just an offside. So 12:54 to play here in the second period. Again, we are resurfacing the ice each time. As you can kind of tell late in that first period, this one gets a little bit choppy after a while.
You know, we talked about Velishek and his expectations of Mo Baird. Similar for John Sandos, of course. They play a schedule. You know, you look at their record and they're 2-6, and you're like, wow, they must not be that good. But consider the opponents that they play game in and game out. Their schedule is tougher than any Long Island school, bar none. I mean, they play all kinds of tough teams. The Albany Academy, the team they just lost to last week, ranked 7th among schools in New England.
They play in the MAHL. That drive misses wide right, and that's a league that Mo Baird would love to be able to get into. Randy Velishek was telling us that he would love to play in that league with the amount of talent they see. Warren in his own end, goes right in front of the blue paint, now goes ahead. Poked back the other way by Hutchinson, slowing down the rush. Bonelli chips it down deep and go off for a change. Here's Jack Schwartz, a lead offensive-minded D-man. Declan Conway, who has played all 8 games this season for Portledge School, is just a freshman, moves it ahead. Back to the left dot, in front, low shot, that came from Puskar, and another good stop by Perino.
Yeah, Perino able to see that puck all the way, icing called on Portledge. And how about this? This is interesting, right? We don't see this anywhere else. No change on the icing, right? Everywhere else, New Jersey, Long Island, Connecticut, Hudson Valley, you ice the puck, you get off. But I like the decisions here by the officials. NCAA rules.
Spilled in front, Perino pounces on the second one as Savary stands over him. Yeah, I kind of like those rules myself, and you know, it gives these boys an opportunity. There's a reason why they play these two schools, because they can play their travel hockey, and on top of it, they have a good chance of getting themselves an opportunity to play in the NHL, or maybe getting, you know, a college offer, etc., by playing at these top-level schools in their towns and in their states.
Casello with the shot on target. Perino, another save, his 15th thus far.
And another face-off win, don't forget, from Savarese. He has been excellent on the draw. Moves it down behind the cage as Kurtz gets to the puck first. Good battle with class. Along the far half wall. Poked loose. Here's Kurz with the shot. Loose in front, Casella shoots and misses wide.
Yeah, Casella had an open net there for a moment, just could not settle the puck. A missed opportunity for Mo Baird.
Mitten gets hit along the boards by Savarese. Here is Ryan. A transfer from Del Barton. Moves the puck ahead. Kurz, top of the left circle. Low shot by Buskar. Another stop, Perino. Shots are 16-8 in favor of the visitors from the Garden State. Evans tries to glide ahead, beat out the icing, does not. So this will be an icing call. Faceoff will come back in Portledge territory with 10:35 to go here in the second period, and then the first period goal was late from Ross Mitten on the power play.
And there you see you get a good look of Spence Evans and John Sandos. You know, credit where credit is due. He said, wait till you see him. You won't believe that he's a freshman.
Mitten tries to dangle around, and it gets the puck to Evans. He tries to get to the rubber first behind the cage. It'll be Layden to come away with the puck. First moves down the near side, outlet pass up the middle, goes right off the leg, Tartaglione. Evans down the left wing, leads it off. Mitten tries to feed in front, looking for Willard in the top of the slot. You kind of wonder maybe with the ice, Dylan, because some of these passes have just been a little bit off, not as crisp as most of the guys are used to. And it looks like there's going to be a penalty upcoming, a slashing call. It will go against Morristown Beard.
Another penalty for the Crimson. This is Tartaglione. So remember, Portledge, their last power play opportunity, they cash in. Ross Mitten scoring that goal.
1 for 3 on the man up. Tartaglione in the box for slashing at 5:02. Face off at the right dot. It is won by the Crimson and sent the sheet of the ice. I would say a full 200, Dylan, but this is not full 200. Warren leaves it back. Moriello glides ahead, gains the blue line. Chips it down to that far corner, gets the puck first. Tries to shade off the defender. Layden fighting for it. Moriello moves it back to the point. Here comes a drive by Chabrier. Spilled out in front of the slot. Layden will flag it down. Kept in by Evans on a poor clear. Here's Warren and a big drive that hits the boards and goes flying I don't know where.
Yeah, somewhere out in the night here in Locust Valley, but that shot, just what I like about Warren's shot is he gets it low and hard. Only negative for him, obviously, in that situation is to get it on target.
He's a Panther now. He's playing the Crimson. He will be a Crimson in just a few years, playing for Harvard. Good win by Mitten. Center point shot from Warren, and a good leg save by Del Tufo. First-year guy here for the Crimson. As Perino uses the stick, gets it out. Patricia to the puck first. Centers in front. He's got Davison there. Just couldn't handle the hard pass. They play catch behind the net as Moriello throws a bump. Warren comes away with the biscuit and will move it up center. Mitten tries to get past the potential check by Chappelle. Cleared all the way down. 45 seconds on this man advantage for Portledge, which is 1 for 3. Three on two if they hurry. And you can hear the bench from Portledge yelling 3. Warren dangles in. And they move him to the outside. Good play by Chappelle. Kicks the puck over to Chabrier along that far half wall. Mitten on the near boards. Banged back down in by Goodman. Trying to get some space in front. Moriello just corralled at the blue line. Nice play by Goodman to keep it in. That's what they get it to at center point. Here comes a drive and a glove stop by Del Tufo with 2 seconds remaining on this power play.
And again, a situation where Del Tufo was able to see that puck all the way into his glove. And what a newcomer there for Mo Baird, where Randy Velichek has said he kind of came out of nowhere, and all of a sudden he has been their leader in the net.
He is so competitive, and he said one guy to remind him of is somebody that he covered. Belichick was broadcasting for the Devils. It was a nice little comparison to maybe one of the all-time greats and maybe the greatest goalie in history in Marty Brodeur, saying that every time he's in practice, he is just so competitive. He does not want any puck behind him.
Yeah, and that kind of competitive juices, it's certainly you would expect would bleed out and carry over to his teammates, certainly.
Just something you can't teach. Willard tries to fight for it along the boards. Class can't keep it out. Here's a low shot missing wide left by Cuomo. There's some loose lumber out there as well, as it's Goodman who was missing his twig. Here's a high shot, goes off the body of the stickless Goodman. Loose in front, couldn't get it home. That was Cuomo's attempt. He now gets to the puck first, back to right point. Hutchinson, high shot, bounces right over that loose stick, and Carrat will move it back to left point.
Goodman's had opportunities to get the stick. He just hasn't been able to get over there. Now he gets it.
Kasabian at left point. Tries to move down the wall using that bigger size against Stevens. Couldn't be kept out. Benelli's low attempt. That got blocked and eventually cleared back out to the neutral zone, but I don't think Portland's going to be able to get a line change here. They won't, as Cuomo dances in with some fresh bodies on the ice for the Crimson. And now Mitten will eventually come out here, who plays almost half the game as a forward.
Yeah, he's the one change the Panthers were able to make there.
Moves it ahead. Here's Puskar down the left wing, trying to get it to Savarese, and taking him out of the play was Schwartz. Low shot in front, and the mitt save from Perino as Savarese was there on the blue paint again.
Tell you, Perino is an adventure with him as he plays the puck. That time he went backhand, and he's certainly, you want your goaltender to be decisive. That's not a problem with Anthony Perino. He is immediately out of his cage, moving that puck.
Another draw win by Savarese. To the near corner. Here's Kurz. The power forward moves to the slot. Stick check gets popped loose back out to the middle of the ice. Tommy Dempsey will settle it down in his own real estate. Under 6 minutes to play here in the second. We're more than halfway through this outdoor classic. Nice pass up the middle to Kurz, right onto the blade. Low shot, Perino. Ricocheted back out to the far corner. Second chance from Puskar. Another save by Perino. Puskar to Layden, who pinches in on the goal line. Trying to find Savarese. Now Evans will have a step on him. Spence Evans down the left wing. Evans, wrist shot, save. Right off the blocker by Del Tufo, and comes all the way back out to their own end.
I'll tell you, Evans saw that opening above Del Tufo's right arm, that stick side, and really was so close to getting in the back of the net.
I had such a good angle on that one, Dylan, from where we are. You can hear the oohs and ahs. Here's Warren with space, shoots, scores! Marshall Warren, it's a 2-0 lead.
Well, we get a good vantage point of the Setley, that's for sure. And what a goal by Warren. The assists go to Mitten and Perino. So we talked about how much Perino loves to carry the puck and start the offense. Gets an assist on that play with 4:55 left in the second.
So Mitten with a 2-point night, a goal and an assist. Same for Marshall Warren, his third of the season, as that banged off 2 posts and in. Now a chance to respond, and they do. I believe it was Patricia who was right on the doorstep.
I think it was Mike Delatorre with the goal. The initial shot was Patricia. Also Davison with an assist, but Patricia's shot went across the front of the goal. Good job just popping in the rebound by Delatorre. A much-needed goal. 4:41 left here in the second period. 2-1 now the score.
So Delatorre assisted by Patricia. Just 14 seconds later.
Wow.
And now Moriello's actually going to head over to the box.
Yeah, there was some jostling just before the face-off. And it looks like they'll both. So Morriello, initially the call, it appeared to be a delay of game. He was jostling. And then there was also roughing minors assessed as well. So Goodman's penalty will be the one on the board, and the Crimson will have a power play here for the next 2 minutes. 5 on 4.
Morriello also in the box for Portledge, but on the other side, the Crimson will lose their top scorer in Braden Patricia. Again, because they sent him and Goodman off the same time with Morriello, so now they're missing their top guy. But a chance to tie the game and on the power play for the first time today. Here's Hutchinson, moves back down, and check that, actually was Davidson, my mistake. Isaac Davidson has some room, shoots high, and scores on the power play. We're tied up at 2.
Well, Davidson just skated in front, had some room. Potts' 9th goal of the year, does the Yager salute as well. The assist to Puskar, a power play goal, and we are tied at 2.
So, Dylan, we've had 3 goals between 2 teams in the last minute, not even a minute.
And also, might be cold outside, but it's heating up a little bit. Some chirping between the penalty boxes.
3 goals within 45 seconds from 2 teams. We're tied up at 2 apiece. And both of these groups are into it. Again, a lot of guys on both of these sides are playing high-level travel hockey. Some of them see one another every now and again. And you know, once the competitive juices start flowing, it's going to be a hard-hitting affair, and there will be some chirps.
And I'll say this, though, about that penalty with Morriello earlier. I mean, I really, as here's the scoring opportunity for the Crimson.
Here's Layden, moves in to the backhand in front, and another chance. That was Carrat who had an opportunity. Low shot saved by Perino, ricochets all the way back out to the point, kept in by Dennis Layden.
But I was going to say with the penalties, I just, you know, just a little bit of jostling right off the face-off. I think it was, if I'm honest, I think it was a little bit of a, you know, I mean, you've seen penalties for worse, right?
Yeah. Wanted to settle things down, I guess.
Maybe make a point of making that call, I guess, but.
Back in her own end, Dempsey, as Morriello and Patricia still sit in the box. I believe they're 10-minute misconduct still, or are they just...
No, they got to wait out because they're even up. They got to wait out the penalty. Next whistle, they'll be released.
Shot in traffic, and both of them do come out of the box now. So both teams back to even strength with 2:32 to play here in the second, and now a 2-2 game as Morristown Beard with 2 goals in less than 30 seconds of one another. 31 seconds, actually, to be exact. Delatorre, one of those goal scorers. He scored the first one for the Crimson. Goodman tries to push it ahead. And now some space for Davidson. Cross-ice pass to the point. Here's Hutchinson. Another cross-ice pass trying to go from dot to dot. Patricia to Davidson, just couldn't control it.
And you can see right now the Crimson really buzzing offensively.
Stevens couldn't get it out.
They've got a 10-shot advantage right now, 23-13.
2-on-1. Down the right side, Chabrier in front, one-timer! And Conway got robbed by Del Tufo.
Conway did everything right there. He opened up, got the pass.
Here's a breakaway, but they're going to call an offside.
But on that earlier opportunity, Conway, the freshman, did everything right. Opened up and got his shot on target. Del Tufo with the save, and Patricia will go in a 10-minute misconduct with 1:34 left here in the second.
Yeah, I think him and Goodman got tangled up into the near corner. Actually, they might call him for maybe saying one word too many to the official possibly, but either way, 10-minute misconduct, and that's going to be a big one. He will not be released until about the final 6 minutes. The first whistle after the final 6 minutes of the third.
Yeah, and again, right, one of the top forwards certainly in this game, and even you'd say in all of New Jersey, so it's going to be a tough break for the Crimson.
Slapped all the way down, a one-hopper. That's a baseball guy, so that's easy pickings for Perino.
Yeah, he's back on the mound there, just fielding that throw in the first.
Along the far boards. Here's Carrat on the left wing. Shoots and high. Back out to the point. Casella a low shot, and they had a guy cutting across. That was Carrat. Right onto the twig. Moriello comes up with speed down the left side. Puts on the brakes, trying to find Mitten. Ends up taking two Crimson into the play. They moved it ahead. Now here's Joe Cuomo. Cuomo with a couple of points on the season. The shot and the glove stop by Perino with 44.6 to go here in the second.
So certainly for both teams, the competitive juices flowing, the physicality stepping up, and added chirping as well. And you just wonder if the officials, again, just trying to make an example.
Another face-off win by Savarese. How many times have I said that today, Dylan?
Yeah, and Kurt's taking advantage of that, getting this shot on frame. Good save again by Perino.
I don't have official stats, but I don't think he's lost one. Ties up with Mitten. Trying something different, and this time they still win it again. Moving down low. Buskar hums along the boards. Sends the other way, looking for Savarese. Puck's loose on the top of the point, and now Mitten has a 3-on-2. Ross Mitten to the trailer. Willard right off the mask, and a save by Del Tufo. 3-on-2 from left to right now from Mo Baird. Shot goes off the body of Goodman. Getting tangled up in that far side. Loose in front, they score! The Crimson have their first lead, and it's Puskar with the goal.
Yeah, it fell perfectly for Puskar. 4.1 seconds left in the second. The puck just falling right in front. And he puts it away. Kurtz with an assist as well. Crimson's first lead of the game, 3-2.
The last 5 minutes have been a little crazy. After that 2-0 lead, Dylan, there was some jousting, there was some chirping, and that's how everything kind of, I guess, really started to give the momentum to Morristown Beard. They were able to score 2 goals within 31 seconds, tie up the game, and now they have a really late goal with just 4 seconds on the clock to take their first lead. So, 2 periods of hockey in the books. It's a 3-2 lead for the guys from the Garden State. Morristown Beard leading the Portledge School. We'll be back with more. So News 12 Varsity Outdoor Classic. 30 minutes of hockey in the books. It's the News 12 Varsity Tri-State Outdoor Classic. Dan Savarino, Dylan Butler, Tom Schnars, and no, we are not completely frozen yet. It is in the teens, the high teens. It's a cold night. But Dylan, these are 2 groups right now with this 3-2 lead, and we got a good game on Friday as well. I have to promote that one. St. Anthony's Chaminade, round number 3 Friday night, and that will be over at Candiac. But right now, you still have 2 groups, and a lot of the kids play travel hockey for these teams, and it's kind of funny what Portledge does. They play only on Mondays and Wednesdays for that reason. But meanwhile, the same thing for Morristown Beard. Randy Belichick was telling us he's had some trouble, scheduling practices and whatnot, not having really a full roster sometimes.
Yeah, it's always there's always a give and take that you have to deal with travel hockey, and it's not like with basketball, right? Basketball, the AAU season is not the same as the high school season, so you don't have those concerns. But of course, with travel and there's tournaments and it's always on the weekends, and you're right. John Sandos said, look, we purposefully always have our schedule set the same. We try to do it the same every single year so the travel coaches know in advance when our games are. For Randy Velishek, he said, look, this has been a concern really for a while now, and he said it's the same with so many other high-level teams. Maybe Del Barton, the only one who seems like does not have that problem.
Schwartz with the low shot, Willard right in front, and another save. It will be the 25th save by Anthony Del Tufo, first-year Mo Baird guy. To our right, to our left, it's Anthony Perino back between the pipes. He has stopped 13 of, check that, excuse me. He has actually stopped 23. And on the other side, sorry, I was looking at the wrong scoreboard over there. It's getting a little cold, I'm sorry. So 14 saves by Del Tufo, 23 saves by Perino.
Mitten just missed an opportunity to get a breakaway, just could not corral the puck. And it's funny, you don't usually, it changes depending on sort of where the game is played. We see it on Long Island with ice time being so valuable. There's usually not the cut of the ice at all, right? You have it before the game, and that's it. Playoffs, it changes a bit, but you do get it here twice. And it seems like the players are just having a little bit of problem just with the puck and handling the puck in the early portions of each of these periods.
Again, it is an outdoor rink. The ice is very good, but we're not talking NHL quality here. As Kurz moves down deep, Puskar trying to get to the puck first, has a goal and an assist. He has the go-ahead goal and had the assist on the equalizer. Pinching in, Chappelle in loose, and tries to go blocker's side. Perino makes the stop.
Yeah, one of those seniors who's missed some time with injury, 2 assists on the year, and Chappelle only almost netted his first goal. And what a goal that would have been in this opportunity, in this situation here early in the third.
Tartaglione wins the face-off. Couldn't be corralled at left point by Chappelle. Turns it over and shot down deep by Class.
Yeah, Class, real defensive D-man, moves the puck forward, but he's the guy who will be back on the blue line, just making sure the other team doesn't score.
Him and Goodman, the defensive partners here. That shot doesn't reach the net. Up the middle, Delatorre on a breakaway. Delatorre to the backhand. Perino with a blocker stop. Low shot, ricochets back out high. Casella tries to get to the puck before it goes right past that blue stripe, but they'll have to regroup.
Yeah, that second opportunity with Chappelle again.
Chappelle flying to start off this third period. Ross Mitten down the right side, and Chappelle will push him right into the boards, taking it out of the play. Mitten throwing the body the other way. Now here's Chappelle, outlet pass, hits the skates. Moved ahead by Benelli, the captain, and flipped down deep by Tartaglione. Icing's going to be called. And it's so hard for these guys because, again, it really is a shorter rink. That is not an icing 9 out of 10 times, 9 out of 10 rinks.
Yeah, certainly not at Menin Arena, that's for sure. And, again, that small neutral zone, it does take a lot of getting used to.
Mitten and Tartaglione on the left circle draw. Tartaglione will be tossed. It'll be Benelli to take it, and Benelli will win it.
But what a week of pucks this is for us, right? I mean, last night at Long Beach Arena, what a game that was. Belmore Merrick rallying from 5-2 down, final 5 minutes to win that game 6-5.
Warren moving in with that shot, missed wide.
Jake Galito, the star of that one. 4 goals, 3 in the final 2 minutes and change. And his dad, Joe, not seeing one of them. Left at 5-2 to get the car warm.
And his brother wants to get that footage for him. So he came over and spoke to us afterwards. Actually, there's a connection to Belmore Merrick. Pat Condon played for Portledge.
Yeah.
Tommy Condon over at Belmore Merrick, one of their top guys. But Pat Condon's uncle actually was a coach for a number of years, a travel coach that John Sandos won a national championship with when he was a kid. Here's Mitten, weaves his way through the D to the backhand, and somehow wasn't able to find that home. What a play by number 13.
I tell you, all you heard around us was, oh, with that move. Mitten now using the body before he skates off. What an opportunity for another goal.
The future Husky will be playing at the oldest venue in the country, as Warren's shot from way out there, past the blue line actually, will hit the other rink. But he'll be playing at Matthews Arena, which is a really fun place to go to if you ever have a chance. And him and Marshall Warren will actually play each other in the Beanpot tournament. And just talking about the Beanpot and everything it is with Boston hockey, again, other Long Island guys playing up there in that tournament year after year.
Yeah, you got Adam Fox at Harvard, and of course McAvoy at BU. What an opportunity McAvoy had, huh? Charlie McAvoy from Long Beach.
In front, Conway, and swatted back the other side.
Hand pass is called, but it was in the own zone. That should not have been whistled. It was in their own defensive zone.
Unless they call with a high stick.
No, it was a hand pass. He made the motion of the hand. Just not a good call. But yeah, you mentioned we mentioned McAvoy, and what a couple of days it was for him. Wins the gold medal at World Juniors. Then he plays outdoors at Fenway, huh? How cool is that?
Playing outdoors here.
This is also pretty cool, and literally.
Puskar moving down the left side. Almost lost the stick. Low shot in front. Savarese battling for it, and Goodman's able to clear it out. Not all the way, though. Kept in at right point by Layden. And now the Crimson will try and buzz down low. Goodman reaching in, trying to grab the puck. As two guys from both sides come together, it pops loose, and it will be Kurst to get to the puck first. Puskar along the goal line. Dempsey moves in, loose in the slot, back out of the neutral zone, and Layden will move it back to Puskar. Will have to settle it down. Layden gets pressure, kept in. Now here's Mitten. He's got some fancy mitts himself, shoots, but right into the breadbasket of Del Tufo.
Yeah, Del Tufo has been solid for Mo Baird, the junior. An .854 save percentage coming into this game. He has made 15 saves. In case you're wondering, 6:32 is the time for Patricia to be released from his 10-minute misconduct.
And that'd be big for this group. Only leading by a goal. Top of the slot, the shot by Chappelle. And it was in traffic right into that teeth of the D. Sam Chappelle having a really strong start to this third period. Now the other way, and Warren's shot gets deflected out of play.
Yeah, good opportunity for Warren there down the left side. Deflected out, though. Face off left circle.
I'll have a chance to see in a couple of weeks on Morning Skate, an interview I had with Marshall Warren before the game. There's a good chance. I mean, there's no guarantee, just some rumors, but there is a very good chance that he can end up going on and playing for the National Team Development Program over in Michigan, which would end his career at Portledge, but again, get him to that next step in trying to maybe be a high draft pick or go play professional hockey.
Yeah, they've seen that here. He'd be at least a third in the last couple of years with, of course, Sonny Milano and Jeremy Bracco as well going that route, going to Michigan. And John Sandos is candid about it. Look, you know, he said, we'd love for him, of course, to be here, but most of all, we want them to pursue their dreams. And obviously, if Marshall Warren wants to continue on and play high-level hockey, that's a great route to do it.
Chappelle at his own end. Flips it back out towards center, flying down the left wing. Carrat flags it down in the Portledge end. Cross ice pass. Here's Puskar again. He has had himself so far a heck of a game. Along the near boards. Kurz looking over to Savarese on that far half wall. Hacks at it, gets the puck behind the net. Centering pass doesn't reach. And another good outlet pass, at least clearing from Goodman.
Good job by Hutchinson, too, just to clear.
Puskar looks to center in front. Couldn't get it there. I think he maybe tried to bank it right off Perino. Shot from the point in front. Leg save with the right flipper by Perino.
A spectacular save by Perino, robbing Puskar in front of the net.
Warren. He's got some space. Gains the blue stripe. Spin around shot. Leg save by Del Tufo, and it goes behind the net. Chabrier tries to keep it in, can't do so. Here comes Kurz. Kurz puts on the brakes, has some room, and didn't get there on a sliding stop by Chabrier the other side. Moriello, end-to-end action here in this outdoor game. Warren, good stick check by Kurz, keeping away, 2-on-1. Here's Davison, has Layden towards his left, shoots, and a save by Perino. It'll go out of play.
Yeah, Davison using his teammate Layden, with Layden doing a great job opening up, looking for the pass. He did a great job just selling that a little bit and made Perino think whether is that going to be a pass or if he would shoot.
Tartaglione and Mitten. Portledge wins the draw. Now Ross Mitten. Gets rung into the boards. Right in front of the benches. Chipped ahead by Class, and this will be a whistle. And it looks like Mitten is still down and a little hurt. Back in the Mo Bear territory.
Chaminade taken on as Mitten comes out. Last year was Chaminade beating Portledge in a shootout. And you know, we spoke to some of those guys after the game, and what an experience it was for them. Of course, it comes right after the NHL Winter Classic, of course, and so many of those guys watched it on TV, and then to have the opportunity to play outdoors, they said it was an experience they'll remember for a lifetime.
And Chaminade and Portledge did play to actually open up Chaminade's season. Both teams actually kind of opened up their season with that one, but it was Portledge with a big second period. Now they have a big rush. Moriello, good stick check by Chappelle.
Yeah, that puck went just ahead of Moriello before he was able to corral it.
Down the left wing. Casella to Demon trying to move up into the play. Now Schwartz, cross ice pass. Moriello will move it back out to center ice. Leaves it for Warren, surveys the ice. Outlets a pass to Evans, now chipped down deep. They're going to call an offside, jumping a little bit too early was Chabrier. Chappelle rings it around the boards. He'll be stopped by Perino south of the cage.
And remember, too, next stoppage, Patricia will be released.
Intercepted. Chappelle moving up. Chappelle low, looking to center in front, trying to find Kurz. Kurz, another centering pass. Couldn't get it to Savarese. Schwartz gains the blue stripe. He's at Evans on his right. Under 6 minutes to play here in the third frame. Savarese finesses the puck along the boards, and Puskar will skate with it. Garner's back at his own end, plays it off the glass, couldn't be kept in at right point by Willard. Class tape to tape, and Conway's just going to chip it down deep.
I think now Patricia is serving an 11 or 12-minute misconduct penalty.
Kurz, a bouncing puck into the near corner as he angles it there. Off the bench, Dempsey, and moving down deep. The blue liner pinching in down low, takes a check. Portledge comes away with the rubber. Willard on the far side of the ice. One-on-one against Hutchinson. Offsides will be called. Patricia can come out of the box after serving his 10-minute misconduct. So both teams back to full even strength. Well, now technically full even strength because Ross Mitten is back out there after being a little shaken up on the play.
Yeah, good to see that as well. He'll go in to take this face-off for 55 left here in the third. Mo Beard, a 3-2 lead.
Shots 31-17 in favor of the team from New Jersey. Slicing through to center of the ice, well, he'll be stopped. Chabrier trying to follow up his play. Puck bangs around a couple of times in the middle of the sheet. Schwartz shooting it down low, deflects and goes behind the net. Right off the official. And onto the twig of Hutchinson. Cuomo tries to feather a pass right through the middle of the ice. Warren is the first one there and read that completely. Angle to the far side, and both teams can look to see what to do. Now here's Warren with tons of speed. Gains the blue line, shoots low, redirected back out towards the near side of the ice.
Nice deceptive dangle there as well by Warren.
Mitten moves in, stays loose, gets the shot off. Del Tufo will poke it away. Cuomo down the left wing. Wrist shot, saves, second chance, scores! Right in the slot, it's the captain, Will Benelli.
And a second goal that we saw, the rebound pops out. Benelli this time was the one that put it away. The assists go to Cuomo and Chappelle. 3:45 left here in the third, and what a rally here from Mo Baird.
Chappelle has had himself one heck of a third period. Now a chance to try and tack on some more. Goodman will just run Kurz right out of the play. Back to left point, here's Chappelle. Throws it in front of the net, and Perino is somehow able to see that puck and make the save.
You mentioned before the Crimson earlier having a three-game losing streak. First that really Randy Velishek, their head coach, has ever remembered, but they've bounced back really well from those losses, and it just seems like maybe they're starting to get their form and play well again. Super talented team. They've just got to put it together. If they can do that in this final month and a half, another hand pass called with 3:15 to go. If they could do that in the last month and a half of the regular season, look out for them come March.
Now, he told us a lot of good role players on this team, but the skill guys need to play like skill guys. They've won the Meenan Cup last couple of years. 11 times they've won that and have won the last 3. State champs back in 2014, but bounced in the first round last year in overtime in a game that they did have the lead at one point. Now looking to try and maybe bounce back this season and go a little further if they want to try and compete with the likes of teams like Del Barton.
And they've got all the talent to say that they can have a deep run through the New Jersey State playoffs. And, of course, we have the championship games. We had it a year ago. We have it again this year. That from the Prudential Center. What a great venue that is. Tom Schnarz and I were there with Lou Brogno a year ago. What a great day that is. 3 games, the non-public and the public A and public B state championships.
Kept in. Here's Warren. Now trailing by 2 goals and under 3 minutes to play. Tries to just move it down deep. Chappelle will take it over. Warren comes back to the play nicely defensively. Good two-way defenseman. That was one of the praises from John Sandos. Evans behind the net. Savarese buzzing. Portledge tries to clear it back out. Can't do so. Kept in by Davison. The alternate captain battles for the puck along the near boards. Hand pass will be called, and it will bring another face-off with 2:28 to play here in the third period.
The shot's 34-19 in favor of the Crimson. Long trip for them from Morristown out to Locust Valley, the North Shore of Long Island.
Face-off won by Patricia, and a shot from Davison. That was stopped by Perino, his 31st save. Chabrier gains the blue line, down the right wing, tries to dump it off from Moriello. Davison throwing a body. Here's Moriello, gets the biscuit back, tries to cut towards the middle, but couldn't weave enough, controlling the puck. It's taken out of play, gets it back, leads it over. Evans tries to shoot, had a man right on the doorstep. Chabrier, who is now moved up to the
now
play.
For Portledge.
Under 2 minutes to play. Warren to Evans. Moriello looking for Evans, still loose, kept back out near side. Here's Davison, shoots to the empty net and misses wide. Again, with the smaller rink, though, you also have a better look at the cage for this empty net.
That's a great check.
That was Layden who was throwing the body. He does not play like a freshman. Warren dances around one, gets to the top of the slot. Low shot, deflected in front, still loose. Sprawling out, whistle blows. The puck does not cross the goal line as the teams come together.
And also, it looks like Moriello will get a penalty for a late shot after the whistle, 1:18 left. He'll get 2 for the rough. As you still have a little bit more jostling among the players. Patricia again with some chirping.
So that will force Perino back into the net with a $1:18 to play and trailing by 2 tallies. Savarese will take the face off. And they'll keep it in. Chappelle at the point. Gets right to the skate of Kurz. Here's Savarese with some space, looking in front. Oscar trying to net his second, but couldn't. Some more space and a backhanded shot by Chappelle. Savarese, top of the left circle.
Under a minute to go, third period.
Chappelle, the low shot, kick save to the near corner. Savarese along the half wall. Looks around the ice, the one-timer, and the stick breaks in half. Stevens gets it back out towards center. Offsides will be called. And that will stop the clock with 31.2. And a 2-goal lead for Morristown Beard, who is just about a half minute away from heading back to the Garden State. We'll have to warm up in a couple of minutes on that bus, but they will enjoy that bus ride so much more.
And I got to imagine one of the first orders of business for Randy Velishek and his coaching staff when they get on that bus is a driver. Can we turn the heat all the way up, please?
He was telling us he's not used to the cold like this. It's been some time. Did play a lot outdoors. Montreal, Quebec native. Spent 10 years in the NHL, more than 500 games. Nordiques, the Devils. Minnesota North Stars.
He was a teammate of Bruce Strivers, of course, on the New Jersey Devils blue line, and now he is with him again. Driver, the coach of the Mo Baird girls team.
Curse, 2-on-1, shoots, glove stop by Perino with 3.9 remaining. And Bruce Driver ended up winning a Stanley Cup, and a lot of these guys, again, it's so good to see them get to the coaching ranks as well. And imagine being coached by a guy who has tons of NHL experience. Well, this is always a fun game to do, and we had some fun. So did Morristown Beard as they come to Portledge and score 4 unanswered goals, 3 in the second period, to defeat the Panthers 4-2, the final score. And here we go. Here's Gavin Puskar. And Gavin, goal and assist in this game. But first of all, I don't know if you've played an outdoor game yourself, but overall, what was this entire experience like for you?
Oh yeah, well, we know going in, it's going to be cold out. We got to get pucks deep, use the ice to our advantage, and get pucks to the net, and that's what we did. I think we did a pretty good job.
Well, you guys go down 2-0, and then, of course, some penalties. Things start to get a little chippy, and now you have a chance to come back. You guys scored a first goal, being able to get back into the game 31 seconds later, tying it up. What changed during that time?
Well, I think we just got more, we got ladder on the bench, and we stuck to our game plan. We got pucks to the net, and it worked out for us.
Well, for you and your line, you guys are pretty much all over the place. Ryan Savarese winning face-off after face-off. You were buzzing down low. What was clicking with your line tonight?
Well, yeah, this is our first game playing together. I think we didn't really know what to expect going in, but with him winning all those face-offs, we got a lot of opportunity and more puck possession in the zone.
No, you wouldn't be able to tell it by the chemistry you guys had tonight. And meanwhile, your goaltender, Anthony Del Tufo, nice little game between the pipes for him. What was special about him tonight?
Well, yeah, he played great. They had a lot of opportunities they could have scored on, but he cut them out, so great game by him.
Well, your second year playing high school hockey for you. You're only a sophomore. You don't really look like a sophomore. You play a lot bigger than your actual age, but to be able to be on this team, and now you're in your second year, what is different between your freshman and sophomore campaign?
Well, freshman year, I didn't really know what to expect going in. Just trying to play my hardest, play simple, and this year, I think I can get more done, and hopefully I can do that.
Well, looking forward for this group. You still got about a month and a half left of the season before you start hitting the state tournament. What's it going to take for this Morristown Beard group to possibly win a state championship?
Well, I think we all got to bear down. We got to play 4 lines and all 6D, and our goalies got to play well.
Gavin Buskar, goal and assist today. Congratulations. It was fantastic watching you.
Thank you.
Well, that's going to do it for us here. The News 12 Varsity Tri-State Outdoor Classic, a 4-2 game, the final score, as the Crimson are able to defeat the Portledge School here on their home rink, the outdoor rink today that we had a chance to play at. Always a very fun outing every single time we get a chance to do it. Our second straight year that we were able to come out here to Locust Valley and be able to cover this. 4-2 the final score. For everyone here at News 12 Varsity, our producer Dave Anderson helping him out. Oh, excuse me, our producer Tom Schnars helping him out, Dave Anderson. Trying to give Dave some credit here. And for my broadcast partner, Dylan Butler, I'm Dan Savarino saying thanks so much for watching, and we're going to go warm up.